this guy's logging hours. As you said, he's constantly sending films. But this is what it's about. Major League Gaming is at a size now. It's not like back in the day when you would get 50 teams, right? And there's 3 teams maybe that have players on it who are going to dominate. We got hundreds of teams. We sold this event out in about 6 minutes. Okay, that's 200-plus Halo teams in 6 minutes. We can have 1,000 teams here. I mean, the number of players that are out there that want to be on a Dr. Pepper bottle or want to be sponsored by Old Spice or want to get to Gilbert Arenas, or hang out, chew stride gum with a logo on their back is increasing every year. So you're going to find these players who put in the time. And I think Clutch is an example of that. And Cloud, kid's quiet and maybe not that outspoken, but the personality of that team seems to be molded around that guy's leadership. So I think you're going to find a lot of new faces busting on the scene. Back in the day, it was like, there's Hysteria and Snipe Down. There's 1 or 2 guys, but I think you're going to see several new faces, because basically these kids are coming with their A game.
Well, now, Sundance, let me ask you this question. We have 3 teams left in the winner's bracket. After this match, we're only going to have 2 left. First question is, who is that second team going to be? And then the second question is, who are some of the teams you're looking at in the lower bracket, the loser's bracket, and who is going to make it to the loser's bracket finals to compete on tomorrow's MLG Championship Sunday?
Well, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I think that Instinct will take this series, and here's why. I think that the skill on that side and the ability, I mean, Roy is just sick. I love watching that kid. I think if Neighbor can get his head back on, I think he'll be back to the typical Neighbor. And I think that, Final Boss, again, they haven't been tested. So this game right here is going to be a big one. However this one plays out, I think it's going to give the team that wins it a huge advantage. Neighbor's just getting he's warming up again. A nice long game like this sometimes can help Neighbor get out of his funk.
Speaking the devil.
Right?
Gone.
So I'm going to take Instinct on this, but I'll tell you what. Right now, if Instinct and Believe the Hype played next, I would have to look at Believe the Hype riding the hive, coming back down 2 games to straight ribbon. I would have to say that they would be my favorite to win that matchup, just because of how big they clutched it. Now, coming out of the bottom, I got to tell you, you know what I want to see? I want to see Triggers down the straight ribbon fighting each other to get out. I really do. I want to see that, because there's a lot there. I mean, those guys have history. Straight Rippin' obviously was upset with the Triggers that we went Triggers down, took that event in Dallas last year. And I don't know that they get along so much. You know what I mean? I think that those teams look at each other and they're like, screw you, we're better. And I'd like to see that come out here on the main stage tomorrow. But the thing I want to also talk about is, I think it would be kind of incredible if Believe the Hype comes into this event with no one talking about them and picking them and makes it to the finals. That's a bigger thing. Well, right, exactly. I mean, right now, if they play the way they played today, tomorrow, they're the favorite to win in my book.
Yes.
Because down 2-0 against Straight Rippin', they didn't fold. They came out strong in that third game. That's the other thing, is they didn't push the foot around. They came out with a huge open in that third game. They dominated the 5th game. I mean, that Slayer game was not close.
No. They just took control early on, and they put more pressure on a team that is known for putting the pressure on their opponents.
Now the other thing is that Snipe Down had a bad aim that last game, -8, I think, right?
Yeah.
But what he's done in the past when he's had a bad game or a bad event or a bad series is he comes back and he does ridiculous things. I almost said a little curse word there. But he just comes back with like the nastiness. So. Again, tomorrow's a new day. You never know. Straight Rippin', we know talent-wise, the 4-man squad is up there with anybody else.
And maybe that match is just the wake-up call they needed.
Yeah.
Cruising into the losers bracket. The best that either Triggers Down or Straight Rippin' can do right now, one of them is getting 4th.
Yeah.
One of them is getting 4th.
That's true.
And Believe the Hype, they're guaranteed top 3.
And they deserve it, man.
Question, what about Carbon? I thought Carbon, I'm pretty sure Carbon faces Triggers Down in the loser's bracket before.
So tomorrow we got that. Oh, man, I got to see that. Here's the other, we didn't even talk about Carbon.
I had
your ex-teammate. So what I saw with them today was, and it was great to see, was they lost to Straight, but they took it to 5 games. And they played well. And they looked like they were having fun. And I got to say, somehow I think that the new addition, the tall Russian dude, is working out. Soviet's kind of nasty on that squad. It seems like a better fit somehow to me than it was with Instinct. And I know that Nate is a great player and we love him, but I got to say I think they maybe made the right choice. That they seem like they're having more fun together than they have since back in the day when you were on there throwing toilet paper at people.
Whoa, I did not.
Okay.
Handed it.
What?
And for the record, I never said anything after. I just handed it to him. Everything else was speculation.
I think it's bullshit.
All
right, so anyway, right now, checking out the score, guys. 196 to 96. Instinct leading by 100 seconds. Final boss running out of time here. I think this one's going to go to game 4 in the favor of Instinct.
And, that's going to be interesting to see if Instinct can close it out. I wish we had time to go another round and see if Believe the Hype would beat the next team that's going to see them. But maybe we should extend this thing. Who do you got to call around here?
I don't know. I think we should probably add some more teams to the tournament while we're at it.
I think we can get another 50 in here. Let's open it up on the side.
Commentator team down there.
Yeah, there you go.
Right now I'm checking out Final Boss trying to stay alive in this one. They have 4 dead for Instinct. This game this is what Instinct needed, really. They needed to get some momentum back behind them. But the one thing I've noticed is while you guys were talking, I've been watching Neighbor a lot. I've been looking down here on the main stage. His mouth is closed. He's focused. He's focused on his game. But I'm seeing Triple X, the player he's watching over is Walshy. I don't know why they haven't moved their coach over behind Neighbor and let him be the voice for the guy that's not talking on the squad. Instinct, they may want to look at that going into their next match or even next game.
That's true. I think one of the good things that Triple X, as we know, is the most well-known coach on the circuit for a reason. The guy knows the game. He's played well. He knows pretty much everybody on the circuit. And he's pretty good at adjusting game plan. The one thing that you do is you fall back into your routine. This is the first event out, first time he's standing back there since the offseason. Also to Triple X, congratulations on the marriage.
The wedding party was freaking awesome.
Some of those pictures should never be seen by anybody. The one of Puckett in the tutu is really disturbing. Wearing the cake on his head.
It wasn't pink. It was blue.
No, what are you going to do? Makes it a little less awkward.
Well, Final Boss brought it within 50 seconds, but they ran out of time here. Instinct, they're going to take game 4. Sundance, are you going to stay and join us for game 4?
You know what? I'll hand it over to Farouk, and then I'll come back in for the gameplay in game 4, and then afterwards I'll go down and get myself a cocktail and finish this thing out from the deck. But here's Farouk, so you guys can close this out.
All right, Sonny, thank you so much for joining. Farouk is joining back up in the booth. You got Scott Lucier, Chris Puckett, and Farouk. We got game 4 coming up next, but this one's not quite over. We got 13 seconds left for Instinct to pad their stats.
I like to call these pretend kills.
Pretend kills.
Pretend kills and deaths.
And here we go. We're back right now. Instinct 2, Final Boss 1. As we get ready for game number 4. But before we do that, let's check out these stats.
Neighbor, 36 kills, 20 deaths. That's a positive 16. He just took the fire that he started to build in game 2 and brought it into game 3. We'll see if he can keep up that momentum going into game 4. Ogre 2 having his roughest game of the weekend yet.